All right, guys, we are live for the 23rd time on the Disruptive Parenting Summit, the very first edition, 2023. Glad to have each and every one of you here. I am super excited, particularly for the guests that we're hosting today. So, you are going to have an incredible time as we get this off for today. Somebody help me tell her on the chat room that she's looking incredible. All right, so it's going to be an amazing time today. Again, like I said, it's the 23rd day, like the 23rd time since we started this 30-day journey. And what are we about? Disruptive Parenting Project started with my Gifting Our World, my book, sometime last about a year ago, right? So unknown to me that God was up to something a lot bigger than just publishing a book. So I sent the book to our editor for the first time, and in less than 24 hours, he sent me a feedback to say, this book must have a pause, right? And then I'm like, okay. Okay, so let me tell you guys the video. I first felt, so there's even something I wrote that somebody can say, you can go beyond this level. Well, that was my first thoughts. You know that I'm a very real person, so I'll tell you, right? Anyway, by the time Coach Jola is speaking today, maybe I'll understand why I thought like that. I no longer think like that, sure. Anyway, so we got that off, and the next thing that happened was that we set up the Disruptive Parenting Academy. Within that last year and now, we have reached over 1,000 caregivers, school owners, parents, and stakeholders. So I want to just take a moment and think about the ripple effects, all right? Because all of these people are either coaches, youth pastors, teens coaches, those who are working with children, parents who have a minimum of 3 children, and all of those. So what are we about? What disruption? Someone once asked me, in fact, someone, a couple of people used to wonder, why are you using disruption? Some people had the boldness to tell me, hey, it sounds negative, all right? But in the world that we live in today, we cannot deny that the soul of the next generation is in serious contention. I've said this over and over again. I'm saying one more time, such that if there is someone here who is still thinking, am I sent to the young next generation? Am I not sent to them? Am I really a teens coach? Am I really a youth pastor? You know, what is my own? Is it not just to give birth to children, be married, give birth to children, and move on with my life? So that you will understand there's much more to raising much more to raising your kids into kings and your children into champions, right? There's so much going on in the life of our sons and daughters. So if it's not this person raped today, in fact, there was a time it used to only stop as rape and molestation. Right now, I've gone beyond that. It had gotten to the point where you could send a child to school and receive a dead body. In fact, within this period, I think sometime early this week or last week, somewhere in Lagos, particularly on the somewhere around Ikeja axis, a man, let me say a couple, dropped off their children at school that morning, right? Before 12 noon, he was called that his child had an accident and that his child was hospitalized. But he got to the hospital and saw that it was his child's dead body that was handed over to him. What happened? They had taken the caregivers who these children were committed to, had taken these children for swimming and had taken them to the adult session. That's one. Two, they had left these children, they just lined them up by the edge of the pool and told them to put their legs just inside the water. And then they left them unattended to. The next thing that happened was that this boy slipped in. He slipped in the first time and struggled and managed to come out. Then he slipped in the second time. I think maybe because he was already wet at this time. And they didn't see him. They didn't see him. Caregivers, lifesavers, all the people that were in the hotel, nobody saw this boy until the boy died inside the pool. He died and stayed there for a while. Then another child slipped into the water. This was what the CCTV footage was showing. Then another child slipped into the water. At this point, the other children started shouting the child's name. So they came in and rescued the second child, unknown to them that the fourth child was still inside the water. Long story short, that's how that boy died. So that's too much. That's too much. This is not a beautiful time to be a child. I don't know why I think like that. There's so much going on in the life of the next generation, and we must not keep quiet. So we are here to disrupt that flow of negative. That is a pattern to raising a king. Royalty has protocol. That is a way to grooming kingship. All right? And that way is what we are reinstating. Hence, we had to disrupt that flow of negativity to ensure that these children are rescued and groomed to take charge and become everything they were wired to become. Hence, I have reached out to all of these masterminds for 30 days, and in collaboration with them, experts do mind-boggling works in their own way. But because we understand that we are in this together, they have magnanimously accepted to partner with us on this project. The reason is that perchance this summit will be the solution that you will get, that your family can get, that you will get as a caregiver, as a stakeholder, to be able to save one more child. Why do I say that? Because no child is safe until every child is saved. No child is safe until every child is safe. Both are different things and both of them are critical. Right? So that's why we're all here. I tell people, there is no coach here among all of these people you have heard and you're going to hear. There's none of them that you want a one-on-one with that will pay at least $50,000. That's about $100. All right? But they are bringing their expertise, their many years of knowledge together, because no one individual has what it takes to raise a wholesome child. Not one person, but together, every child, every wholesome child is raised by a village, is raised by a community, is raised by a group and a team of people. All right? That is the role the government will play. That's the role you play as a father, a mother. That is a role you play as a caregiver. If you are not called to children, let me be frank with you, you have no business opening a school. All right? See, this thing has gone beyond how much you want to make, the bank balance you want to achieve. If you are not committed to children, please save us this drama. Because I'm not able to wrap my head around what we make someone first take children to the adult pool area and leave them unattended to. That one is a story. Let me repeat myself. If you are not caught with children, please do us a favor. Don't open a school, or shut down the school, or get somebody who is caught to children and hand over the school to them, or negotiate some kind of business. Put a signature to paper and let somebody who knows that that's their passion, that's their grace, take over. All right? So that's why we are all here. That's why we've been taking our time. I am so sure, I can guarantee you, if you take seriously every information that you've been getting here, it's more than enough to raise every child that you have ever encountered in your lifetime, from child to champion, or from kid to a king. There is a king in every kid. There's a champion in every child. All right? So in the Disruptive Parenting Academy, what we do is to help parent coaches become highly paid parenting coaches. Right? Again, I take it for one more time. In the Disruptive Parenting Academy, we help parent coaches become highly paid parent coaches. Right? And we help parents become consummate parents. My name is Amaka. I'm a family life practitioner. I'm a mental health practitioner. I'm also a business coach. But for the purpose of this summit, I'm wearing a parent coach. All right? And we have to be serious, because there is, David will say, is there not a cause? Is there not a cause? Is there no child? Is there nobody? Is there no child around you that you are tired of the kind of thing that we are offering them? This session, we are going to be helping you walk through your own life trauma, such that you'll be whole enough. Because you can't, if you are toxic, you only create toxic environment. If you are not healed, you will maim everybody that comes around you, including the children. Hence, sometimes you will find couples who are having issues and their children are suffering it. Why? Where two elephant fights, the grass will suffer. But it doesn't have to be like that. I am particularly interested in today's session because this is one who have been through. It's like the others that said, I've been there. I know the way, I've been there. I know the way out. This one knows the way out. All right? Because a lot of the things that she's going to be sharing with us tonight are things that she had gone through herself. She had walked through herself, and then she had moved from where it was disempowering, dysfunctional, where it was pain, where it was lemon, and then it has become lemonade. And she's now helping people in their numbers, helping families in their numbers come out of abuse and be able to embrace life after abuse and be functional and be effective and be living life to the fullest. All right. So before I bring her on, if you have not liked our page, please like our page. If you have not shared, please go ahead and share, and share. Don't keep this information to yourself. Somebody else will need it. All right. Because if it's only your child that is saved, then you do not know who they are going to meet in their school, in their workplaces, in their religious place, and all over. So share it within your community, and let's have more people, become whole so that we can raise a wholesome generation. All right, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell such that every time we come on, you will be notified, right? All right, so once again, my name is Amaka and is with the Disruptive Parenting. Shout out. That will receive one of our very own sister from another mother. I don't say if it's a sister from another mother or sister from another father. So shout out to FD, the one and only FD that used to bring sisters and brothers together. All right, FD, if you ever get to see this video, we love you, we appreciate you. Thank you for gifting us, particularly gifting me with the soul doctor himself, Coach Jola-Grace. Take it on from there, sis.
Thank you so very much. It's really an honor and a wonderful opportunity to, be here this evening to be able to share, and well done for all you do. There is just a lot, that is going on, and we all need to just start. I normally say to people that God is an intentional God. If you believe in God, that God created you like I do, then God didn't just create you for nothing. There is a purpose, there is reason why he created you, and you are a value carrier, and the world is waiting for us to manifest, because we are problem solvers. There is so much problem in the world that we all need to rise and be doing our own quota. So well done for all you do. So I'm just going to go straight, and I will share my screen tonight, and then we'll just carry on from there. Awesome, amazing, thank you. So just a quick introduction about who I am. I'm a certified life and trauma recovery coach. I help trauma victims, the broken, the emotionally wounded and abused, to heal and reinvent themselves for an excellent life. I am a mental health advocate, an associate member of the European Mentoring and Coaching Council, a certified counselor, a neuro-linguistic programming therapist, an emotional freedom technique and matrix imprinting therapist, and also a public speaker. I have over 15 years experience in public speaking and training. And even though I have a degree in accountancy and a second degree in financial decision analysis, I am very passionate about the health and the healing of the soul. And a lot of times when I introduce myself, I say this: my name is Jola-Grace Emmanuel. I'm the soul doctor. I'm passionate about the health and healing of the soul. And in a minute, I'll tell you why I'm so passionate about that. In 2015, I launched the Bell Initiative and the Bell magazine, and also produced and hosted a weekly talk show on DSTV. A few years ago, I had a major life change that made me seek clarity regarding my life's purpose. I just said earlier on that there is a purpose, there is a reason why the master crafted you and put you here on earth. So I've been through long periods of oppression, pain, and domestic abuse to the extent that I had suicide ideation. I realized, however, that all I experienced, it wasn't about me, but about many oppressed, broken, abused men and women all across the globe. And I said, note there, men and women, because domestic violence and abuse is not gender biased. It happens to men, it also happens to women. I have now reinvented myself from a place of pain, low self-esteem, depression, and suicide ideation to a place of confidence, wholeness, fearlessness, and purpose. And now my mandate is to help people recover from traumatic experiences, understand relationship dynamics, to live their best lives, feel good about themselves, develop a healthy self-esteem, as well as boost self-confidence and self-worth for maximum productivity in all areas of their lives. The Bible says in John 2, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So I normally say that the foundation for the prosperity of every other area of our lives is the prosperity of the soul. So if your soul is not prosperous, it's going to be difficult for other areas of our lives to prosper. And our mind is our greatest asset. And your mind is in your soul. So man is the tripartite being. You have a spirit, you live in a body, you have a soul, and your soul consists of your mind, your will, and your emotion. And when your soul is crushed, it affects every other area of our lives. So sometimes you see people act in certain ways. You see people do something in a certain way. And you're wondering, why are you doing that? Because they don't have a healthy soul. Because something has gone wrong in their soul. And when we begin to talk about domestic violence and abuse, it's important to note that it is not limited to spousal abuse alone. A lot of people, so many people went through childhood abuse. Believe it or not, there are parents that abuse their children. Verbally, emotionally, psychologically, they speak negative words to their children. Little wonder those children grow up and they are misbehaving. because of the words that has been spoken to them. They don't have confidence. They've lost their esteem. They're trying to please people. They're just doing all manner of things just to get those validation that they didn't receive when they were growing up. So it is important, when you've been through any kind of abusive situation, whether spousal, parental, or sibling, you find that even in some instances, it's one sibling that is abusing the other sibling, or even another relative can be abusing. You have those uncles, those aunties that they just make, maybe the niece or the nephew feel so tiny. They just speak negative words, and this person just lose every sense of self-worth. So a lot of times when people behave in certain way, is because their esteem and their confidence has been trashed. And there are two main things that affect our esteem and our confidence: our environment and our experiences. So your environment, where you are nurtured, your experiences, the things you've been through in life. Because if you don't have a healthy soul, you cannot function. You cannot be a good caregiver. You cannot be a good parent, because you yourself are suffering. In fact, a lot of people that abuse people is because they themselves were abused, they witnessed abuse, and they are struggling. But rather than go and get help, rather than go and get a therapy and be well, they just try to just ruffle it and just go through life, and then they hurt people. You know what they say? If you don't heal what hurts you, you will bleed on the person that didn't cut you. And that is what is happening. A lot of people are just, they're like, oh, I'm just going to make money by all means. You said earlier that people must be called. See, our callings are unique to us. That's why I say to people, nobody can copy you. Be confident, be okay in being you. Because sometimes people copy people. Sometimes people are scared of people copying them, so they don't express themselves fully. But nobody can copy you, because your assignment, your calling is unique to you. When people don't understand this, when their esteem is gone, when their confidence is gone, they try to do what other people are doing. Then they mess it up. They go and, do things, like you said, people will set up schools just because of money. They don't understand the passion for children is not there. People are getting into organizations, wanting to be, what business is moving now? They want to do it, but they are not called to it because something is wrong. They are looking for validation in the things they are doing, not in who they are. So I'm just going to talk very briefly today about self-esteem, developing self-esteem after trauma. And the truth is, whether we like it or not, at one point in time in our lives, we'll experience one form of trauma or the other. It's just that the level and the dynamics of the trauma is different. And when you've been through trauma, it can come to a place. In fact, when I was just reading my profile just now, I said I had suicidal ideation. I felt that was, my esteem was gone. I didn't have any confidence. I didn't have any esteem because of the things that have been said to me. Negative words that have been said to me. Things like, you're stupid, you are foolish, you don't amount to anything, nobody loves you, you are this, you are that. All those negative words stole my esteem away from me. And if I did not make a decision, if I didn't make a decision and I wasn't intentional about healing, oh my goodness, I can't just imagine where I will be today or what I'm doing today. That is even if I'm alive. Because our esteem and our confidence is so important. So the first thing I normally say to people who have been through trauma is, the trauma is not your fault. The abuse is not your fault. And there is life after trauma. There is life after trauma. You begin the journey of healing. You begin to improve. You begin to increase your esteem, your self-esteem and your self-confidence. So what is self-esteem? What exactly is self-esteem? Self-esteem is the way you feel about yourself. But guess what? A lot of people don't feel good about themselves. You hear people say, oh, I hate myself. Sometimes people don't verbalize it out, but they look at themselves in the mirror and they say, look at nose. Is this the way nose is supposed to be? Are you the only person in this world? They will look at, and a lot of us women is our tummy. We're always thinking, this is my tummy. If this is my tummy, we go, this is my tummy. I look fat. You just don't feel good about yourself. And I said, if somebody's complaining about you all the time, will you be happy? So I said, flip it. So if you are a mom like me, I have 3 beautiful children. I'm blessed with 3 beautiful, awesome, amazing children, which I'm totally grateful for every day. I said, this is my tummy. He's not flat. Because he carried 3 children. 9 times 3. Help me calculate it. That is the amount of time that my stomach has worked, kept those children. The children grew up, he expanded. I should be grateful for my stomach. It's not normal that you will get pregnant and you will deliver. It's not normal. Some people, not that we are better than them, but it is something you should be grateful to your stomach. Say, stomach. So instead of you looking at the stomach, say, this stomach, well, man, you thank you. You helped, you did well. You carried my children. That comes from a place of feeling good about yourself. So how do you feel about yourself? And sometimes the way you feel about yourself is because of the experiences you've had in your past, the negative experiences you've had in your past. When I exited, or even when I was in that abusive relationship and I exited, I did not feel good about myself. I didn't like myself. I was always shielding myself. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want people to see me. I didn't want to engage with people. I didn't want to relate with people because I didn't feel good about myself, because I've been told consistently that I was no good. So the way you feel about yourself is your self-esteem. Self-esteem is also an individual's subjective evaluation of his or her own worth. So if I ask you, what is your worth? Some say, it's no big deal about me. I'm not worth anything. This mommy, this tiny me. What is your worth? Because our experiences, our environment has made us. I was having a one-on-one session with one of my clients recently, and we were analyzing something. I said, "Oh, what are some of the emotions you are going through?" And she mentioned worthless. She said, "I feel worthless." I said, "Really? You feel worthless? Why do you feel worthless?" Because you've been through an abusive relationship and somebody has told you that you're worthless, you can't do anything right, you're just useless, I've not seen any benefits. I better be happy that I married you, that you're in my life. They say things like that. So your worth is reduced because of the way they treat you. But is that true? Who created you? I ask people, who created you? What is the worth of the person, of the being that created you? So you can begin to deduce your worth from whose product you are. So you see, if I have a phone and I'm not an iPhone person, the iPhone people, if you can carry an iPhone and you have the Apple at the back, and there's another phone that even maybe looks more beautiful, looks bigger, there's no, that apple, that small chopped apple is not there at the back of that phone. You will realize that one is much more expensive than the other, and you'll be like, they can do the same thing. Now, why is this one this expensive? Is that expensive because of the person that crafted it? The logo that's on it. Who created you? Your worth must be from the person that created you. Not your environment, not your circumstances, not what somebody has said about you, because they did not create you. There are people that that I'm working with, that I've worked with, that he was their teacher in school. So if you're a caregiver, you must be careful of the things you say to your students, because words are powerful. I've heard people say that, oh, when I was in school, my teacher said I was a dullard, I was stupid, I can't, I didn't know anything, I was dumb. And the child believed it, and they could not amount to anything. And see, a lot of times, which is why we parents, we need to not live our lives through our children. So, back in the day, once parents have the children, they will say, oh, this is BC, my first daughter, she's going to be a doctor. This is Kemi, my second daughter, she is going to be an accountant. This is Shade, my third daughter, that one is going to be a lawyer. And this is Bode, my fourth daughter, my last child. He is an engineer. That is what he's going to be. Excuse me, have you found out what those children love to start with? Have I even checked with their creator why they're here? Is that child supposed to be an accountant or a lawyer, or is just you wanting to live your life through them, wanting to use them to fulfill your own, to feel good about yourself? And then this child does not even like science, and you want the child to be a doctor, so the child will struggle. Science is not the child's strength. This child's strength might be in creativity, maybe arts. That's their strength. That's their talent. That's what God gave them when they were coming here. But you are like bent on the fact that no, you must do sciences. And the child is struggling. And because they can't get good grades, they feel bad about themselves. They feel they are worthless. They feel they are useless. They feel they don't have any esteem. They feel that, they are just very stupid. But no, it's because you are trying to put them where they are not supposed to be. So that is so important. An individual subjective evaluation of his or her own worth. Now, just write this down and do it later on. Write down how you feel about yourself right now and why you feel the way you feel. Why? You must be able to trace it, the way you are feeling. Why? Because there is something that is behind the way you are feeling. These are some of the things I work with people on a one-on-one basis, and I help them with this. This is a whole session. We break it down. How are you feeling? Why are you feeling? Then we go to the roots and we collapse those things and we begin to increase your self-esteem and your self-worth. We help you to see that those things that are speaking to you, they're actually not true. Okay? So self-esteem is more than just generally liking yourself. It also involves, means believing that you deserve love. A lot of people, especially if you've been through abuse, you feel you don't deserve love. You feel you don't deserve happiness. I was like that. Anything good that is about to happen to me, I was saying, nah, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve happiness because my esteem was gone. I didn't have any self-esteem. So self-esteem is more than just liking yourself. It means that you believe that you deserve love. Yes, I deserve love. I deserve good things. I deserve to be happy. You value your own thoughts. You value your feelings. You value your opinions. You value your interests and your goals. And that's why as parents, we must be very careful when we are relating with our children, not to beat down their esteem so much so that they cannot express themselves. Because anytime the child wants to say something, say, shut up! Adults are talking, you're asking me why. I said you go and do something, you're asking me why. The child is just trying to express their opinion. Hear them out. And when someone grows up like this, their esteem is not there. So throughout life, even when people are maltreating them and trying to take advantage of them, they can't speak up because they feel, I don't deserve to love. I don't deserve for my value, my opinion to be heard. It doesn't matter. What I feel doesn't matter. Well, what you feel matters. One of the things I tell people is that your feelings are valid. Yes. Yes. You're feeling a certain way. Your feelings are valid. Because there's low self-esteem makes you feel that, if I'm feeling somehow, I shouldn't be feeling like this. There's low self-esteem. I don't deserve love. I don't deserve happiness. But all of that is because of low self-esteem. Now, self-esteem is your ability to believe in your abilities. When God created you, He gave you abilities. There is nobody that God created without putting one ability or the other. In fact, if you remember the parable, it says He gave one 10 talents, one 5, one 2. He gave them different according to their abilities. So there is something that you have. So you must find out what your ability is and believe in it. Some people even have those abilities, but because their self-esteem has been stolen. I mean, using myself as an example, I would not even dream maybe 5-10 years ago that I can sit down and be talking to people because I felt, no, nobody will listen to me. I didn't believe in my abilities because my esteem was gone. But when I went through my journey of healing, I attended coaching, therapy sessions, went through that process of healing. Now I believe in my abilities, my God-given abilities, and I'm using it to bless my generation. I know that I was born for such a time as this because everything I went through was not about me. I said that when I was introducing myself, it's about many people out there. And I'm so grateful to God, for the opportunity that He has given me, for believing in me, for giving me this ability. And I'm committed to using it to be a blessing. So when your esteem is whole, is healthy, you will believe in your abilities. You have abilities. Oh, yes. Write it down. I have abilities, God-given abilities. And nobody can remove it. Nobody can take it away from you. But you need to make up in your mind. It doesn't matter what I've been through. I will heal. I will discover my abilities and I will begin to use it to be a blessing to my world. So write down 10 abilities that you have. You know, my classes are usually very interactive. You know, I love to get people to, you know, practicalize and have something to take up. So write down 10 abilities that you have, you know, and don't tell me you can't think about anything. I remember I was in a class, we're doing a master class, and I asked them to do this exercise, and people were like, I can't think of anything. I don't know. And then I go on, one of them, I said, okay, come on, open your camera, put on your, let's talk, let's have a conversation. What do you do? And then so by the time we start talking about it, I said, okay, I'm a mom, you know, I'm just a mom, you know, I'm a housewife. And I said, oh, really? You're a housewife? Okay, who cooks the food in the house? I do. Okay, do your children or your husband, have they ever said, oh, this food is nice, you know, it's well done? He said, oh, yes, they have. Okay. Who cleans the house? So do you make your bed? He said, oh, yes, I do like making beds. I make the bed very well. And by the time we're done, I said, number one, you're a good cook. Do you think that is automatic for you to be able to cook and people will like your food? That's an ability. You can cook. You're a homemaker. That's an ability. It's not everybody that is a homemaker that can do well at it. Whatever it is that you do, it's an ability. Believe in it, recognize it. Because it's not everybody that can do what you think that is not just cooking. It's not everybody that can do it and do it well. So you have ability. So find out and write down at least 10 abilities that you have. Let's look at low self-esteem versus high self-esteem and healthy self-esteem. What shapes are, so low self-esteem, of course, is what I've described, you know, something that's happened in the past. You don't feel good about yourself. You know, you don't feel that you deserve any love. You don't feel that you deserve any happiness. That's low self-esteem. Now, high self-esteem is when you have an exaggerated opinion of your own importance, and that is bad. We don't want that. We don't want that. The Bible says that do not have an exaggerated opinion of your own importance. I think that's in Romans 12. So don't that you look down at people on your nose and you think that I have this ability, so therefore I'm better than you. So remember when I said we should write down abilities. It doesn't mean that you have that ability and then you put everybody down. You feel that you are now better than everybody else. That is pride. And that's not what we're talking about. Okay? Now, healthy self-esteem is when you are confident in your abilities, when you believe in your abilities, all those things I've talked about, when you feel good about yourself, when you are able to look at yourself in the mirror and blow yourself a kiss and say, Jola, I love you. You are good. Oh, you look good, girl. So my host was saying that tell her she looks beautiful in the chat box. And I said, I've already said that myself. I've already looked at myself in the mirror and like, oh my goodness, look at you. Look at you. You're looking good, girl. I've done that already. Thank you for the extra one, but I've done that already. You must be able to look at yourself in the eyeball to eyeball. Say, Jola, speak to yourself. That's healthy self-esteem. But hey, it is a journey. I didn't just get here today. I went through 16 years of domestic violence and abuse. I lost myself. I lost my esteem. I wanted to die. I didn't want to live again. I didn't feel I could do anything good in my life. But here am I today. I went through that journey of healing, that journey of reinvention, that journey of dealing with the pain and rising above the pain so that I can live my best life. And you can do it too. Regardless of what has happened in your past, you've made a mistake in your past, you failed, you've been through abuse, whatever it is that you've done in your past that is wrong, you can rise above it. You can live again. You can reinvent yourself for an excellent life. You just need to make up in your mind that I'm going to get help. And help is available. And I thank God for this program because, you know, she said she's working with like 30 masterminds that's been helping. So you can reach out. Depending on what you need to reach out. I'm a certified life and trauma recovery coach. I'm a therapist. Reach out and get help. But you can do it. Don't think that, oh, that is so. You can do it. You can do it. So look at what she's already talked about is what shapes our self-esteem. Of course, our environment. We live in a competitive world. There is peer pressure in our environment, you know, all sorts of things. Sometimes we don't like our bodies and everything. And of course, our experiences also, you know, friends, bullying, abuse will also reduce our esteem. Now, let's look at some signs of low self-esteem. If you're wondering, okay, I'm not sure. And then when you begin to see these things in your life perpetually, then you are dealing with low self-esteem. Negative self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? I've heard people, you know, sometimes they will say to themselves, oh, you're just so stupid. Oh my goodness, stupid me. Oh, foolish me. Excuse me. No. You cannot be talking to yourself negatively, because see, there's one person in this world that you can never get away from, no matter what you do. Do you know who that person is? Yourself. So the thing you say to yourself, you will see it manifest. And so will you like it? You say, I'm stupid and foolish, and then you start behaving stupid and foolishly. You cannot leave yourself. You are still going to deal with that stupid and foolish. So, but when you see that you're dealing with negative self-talk is the sign of low self-esteem, tendency to isolate. You just want always to be on your own. You know, you're not confident enough to be out there. People want to tell you to come and, oh, let's just that, because you're like, they will judge me. They'll be looking at me and they will be judging me. It's because of low self-esteem. Negative social comparison. You look at people, and this one I normally say, you are looking at people's photoshopped picture on Instagram, and you are comparing your real life to their fake life. Do you know there's filter for everything? Let me tell you something. I hope my secret is safe with you. This morning I did IG live, and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered to be making up and everything, you know. It's a Saturday. And I just saw, I saw a filter. I just put the filter in. If you saw how beautiful my IG live was, just the colors, I was like, see life. But that wasn't the real me. At that point in time, if my brother say, look at how this coach, it's so fine. Oh, where's my life? Like, it is filter. You can't be comparing yourself, your real self. Go and try and see some of those people in their real self. You will faint. You say, excuse me, this is the person I'm looking for, and the person is not you. This is not what I see on social media. So you can't compare yourself with other people, because you don't even know a lot of the things that people are putting out. Nobody puts their low days out there. And yes, some of those things are real, they are true. I put real things there, but I don't wake up in the morning and the days I'm crying and I don't say, today I'm not feeling well. I'll be doing a video. Today I'm not okay. I'm flawed. Have you ever seen anybody post? The people don't post that. But we all go through it. We all have our ups and lows. So you can't. Then sometimes acting broody and teary. You're just by yourself, and tears just comes to your eyes, because you've thought about things, the pain comes to your heart, and you're just like teary for no reason. Self-esteem, worry and self-doubt. You're always worrying about what will people say, anxiety, what's going to happen tomorrow, this one, that one. You're just worried. And you will know what they say, worry is like a rocking chair. It keeps you busy but gets you nowhere. But it's a sign of low self-esteem. Self-doubt, you're always doubting yourself. You can't, maybe, what if they laugh at me? Some people cannot even, somebody that's so right, that you have value, there's a message you have. Okay, go on social media and post your message. What if nobody likes it? What if they like it? And you like it first of all yourself. Sometimes when I post, first of all, let me like it first. Your own like it, my extra. And I don't need you to like it, because I'm not putting it there for it. It's my value. I want to put my value out there. But sometimes low self-esteem will make us doubt ourselves. Trouble accepting positive feedback. I've done it over and over again. Lots of people do it. Somebody looks at you and they tell you, "Oh, I love your hair. It's so beautiful." I'm like, "Oh, which hair? This hair? I did it, in that corner shop. It was just 15 naira. It's not any big deal." Who was asking you question? Who is asking you for story and history? Accept it. I love your hair. I love your shoes. I love your dress. You're looking good today. Oh, thank you very much. Accept the compliments. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy. But when you see that you're always having trouble accepting positive feedback, low self-esteem is there somewhere. And we need to deal with it. Now, fear of failure and embarrassment, fear of success, let me hurry because of time, hopelessness, and lack of boundaries. Lack of boundaries, you just allow people to come into your life anyhow. No boundaries. Anything can happen, And normally when I'm teaching on boundaries, lack of boundaries is like you're building a house, a beautiful house. And then the house, you've furnished it, is all, but you now told the builders that, oh guys, please, I know you've created the frame for the windows and the doors, but do not put any windows and doors there. I don't want any windows there. I don't want any doors there. But yes, you've furnished the house, it's beautiful, And then you are living in that house. What kind of experience do you think you have in that house? Think about it. What kind of experience will you have? Of course, the frame, anybody can just be walking. See house, they will enter, they will come and eat your food. Birds will come in. It will be a mess. And that's what happens when you don't have boundaries because of low self-esteem. So, self-esteem, let's look how to improve our self-esteem. How to improve our self-esteem. Think about what you're thinking about and focus on positive thoughts. As a man thinketh in his heart, so easy. Our thoughts are so powerful. So what are you thinking about? Think about what you're thinking about every time, because the more you think about it, the more it will increase. The more you focus on it, the more it will enlarge. Now, the second thing to do is to discover yourself. What do I like? Some people don't. I had to go through a journey of discovering myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I enjoyed doing. I didn't know what my likes were. And it's a process. I say it over and over again, that the journey of healing or reinvention is a process. The journey of developing a healthy self-esteem is a process. So discover yourself. What do I like? What are my values? What are my beliefs? Sometimes you need, oftentimes, most times, you need the help of a professional to help you to do this. Now, accept yourself. Once you discover yourself, you need to accept what you see, what you've discovered, because you are created for a purpose. Now, you must accept yourself physically, because see, your body is your container. And if you're not okay with your container, you will struggle through life. You will not be able to do anything. So yes, that is who you are. Yeah. So, and I don't want to get ahead of myself. Accept yourself and know that you are created for a purpose. Now, begin to love yourself because you are special. Love yourself. People will treat you the way you treat you. I'm telling you. They will look at you and they will treat you the way you treat yourself. So you must love yourself because you are special. The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. As yourself. It means that you're already loving yourself. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love somebody else. Now, forgive yourself. This is so important. I struggled with this because I blamed myself. Oh, why did I do this? How come I married this person? Why did I make this mistake? There was just so many. But I needed to come to that place where I forgave myself and said, it's in the past. I made a mistake. What lessons can I learn from this mistake that I've made? So forgive yourself, rise from your past and turn your lessons turn them into lessons. Now, the next thing is check your network and hang around people that make you feel good about yourself. This is so important. You cannot develop your self-esteem in the midst of people that are always speaking down at you. Some people that will relate with, sometimes you will share an idea with them, they'll say, oh. Now people like you, then they talk, yeah, that's somewhere. Who has done that thing before? Who has achieved that thing? No? They're always putting you down. And sometimes these people can even be family members. I'm telling you. So you must check your network. Who are you exposing yourself to? What are the things that you are exposing yourself to mentally, spiritually, and physically? Hang around people that make you feel good about yourself. Now, the next thing is write down positive affirmation and say it to yourself every day. You're beautiful. I have a soul spa affirmation that I just released. And this is an audio affirmation. It has like calming music also at the end of it. You can listen to that over and over and over again. You know, if you go to my Instagram, you can go to my Instagram and there's a link there. If you click on it, you will see all of the products that I have. I have a 21 days boost your self-esteem and confidence. With that workbook, you can walk through it for 21 days. Each day has an activity that you will work on. And then it also helps you to create your own customized affirmation. And at the end of the 21 days, you have a free one-on-one session with me. So that is really a good deal. Like I said, go to my Instagram bio, Jola-Grace Emmanuel, click on the bio, the link in my bio, you will get all the information. It's really important. Now, also stay physically active. Exercise helps to release happy hormones. So don't just be in one place all the time. Take a walk, dance. That's exercise. I love dancing. I went to Nigeria some time ago and I met somebody. I was like, I know you. I said, where do you know me from? I said, I know you on Instagram. You are the dancing coach. I said, okay, that's fine. Thank you. But as much as I also love dancing. I also do it to, move my body, So it's like 3 in 1, doing so many things together. So find something you enjoy doing. Jog, just do something. Okay. And then also develop a gratitude attitude. This is so important. So important. And I'm going to tell people that no matter how bad, I know it can be bad, your situation is, there is somebody somewhere who is praying for your own problem to be their own blessing. There's always something to be grateful for, something to be grateful for. So think about it. If I can think, can thank. And rather than always complain, give thanks. Focus on the positive. Create a gratitude journal. At the end of the day, look at your day. Well, okay, today, God, I thank you. I woke up. I thank you for the food that I ate. Now, some things you think like things I will take for granted. I thank you. I remember there was a prayer I taught my children when they were growing up. I say, I thank you for the food that we ate today. Thank you for a shelter. Thank you for a bed to sleep in. Thank you that we have roof over our head. So you think having a bed, I mean, is that not? No. It's not everybody that has a bed to sleep in. So it is something to be grateful for, that I have a bed to sleep in, that I have a roof over my head, I have food to eat. You must create, when you create a gratitude attitude, it helps your self-esteem. And then also, and this is the last one, is look for where you can serve. Look for where you can serve. This creates a sense of purpose, improve your social skills, relieve stress, and inject a healthy dose of positivity. It also releases oxytocin, which is the same hormone that is released when you are hugging or cuddling, because you are doing something for somebody else. This is not about you. You are adding value somewhere else. So you feel that sense of fulfillment, that sense that you've been a blessing, you've contributed something positive in somebody's life. So I think I will stop there and take any questions that we have. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. God bless you. Read good. Guys, please get on the chat box and make her feel loved and deeply appreciated. So much condensed into about 30 minutes or so. God bless you. Read good. And see, everything she said is see, if you want your face to be looking the way her face is looking, go and do them, because that's what she did. That's what she's still doing. All right? That's something she said that, I usually say. So let me reiterate that. Nobody will love you more than you love yourself. Nobody has the capacity to love you more than you love yourself. And I will always say, expecting people to love you more than you love yourself is like getting into a supermarket, a mall, a car shop or something, and then asking for, hey, I want to see the manager. And the manager shows up and you are like, how much is this car? And they say it's XYZ amount of dollars. And you will say, that amount is too small. I want you to increase, I want to increase the price and pay. People are always looking for even commodities that are discounted. Nobody will ever say your price is too small, increase it before I buy.
True.
Right? So nobody will ever love you more than you love yourself. It's the price tag that you put on yourself, that's what people will pay. Perchance people are not treating you like they should because of the price tag you have on you. So change the price tag. If you want to be valued more, if you want to be respected, if you want to be accepted, change the price tag of the girl in the mirror or the young man in the mirror. All right? So please, this is not the kind of session that you listen to once and disappear. There's so many things to do there. So you need to go back to them and take those things one after the other. All right? And if you are stuck anywhere, please reach out and get help. No, don't stay by yourself. Trauma is not something you can walk yourself out of by yourself. is killing. So reach out and let somebody hold your hands. Let somebody put a call through to you. At that time, you are thinking suicide. Let somebody put a call through to you to say, have you read your affirmation today? Because all of those things are by the time you start working with a coach, the transformation is more than 7 up, like we say in this side of the world. All right? Please help yourself. You know why we focus this session on you today? Because you cannot give what you don't have. So if you are traumatized, you are already in a dysfunctional home, you cannot deliver wholeness to the children in that home because you're not whole. You're not sane. So you could begin to live life like that and think, okay, sorry, and the children will think that's the model of the world they will have. So your children will think it's normal to be traumatic or to be traumatized. They will think that's what life is about. But that's life beyond that. All right? Please, again, reach out, get help, and move on from there. There's much more. Like she told us, imagine this whole value was seated in her 15 years ago. That devil is a bastard. This whole thing that will help this, and that's just a portion of the things that she's doing to help humanity. But all of these things had always been in her at that point where she was going through all of those abuse, self-rejection, and all of those. You can be better. All right? I want to say big thank you, Coach. Thank you. Thank you for coming, finding time to be here with us. Thank you for your partnership, for your collaboration. Thank you for all that you do. I follow what you do on Instagram, right? And you are doing incredibly well. All right? We are praying a lot more grace for you, inspiration. One of the prayers I pray for people I love a lot is that may God preserve you and preserve his investments in your life. Right? Amen. Because all of these things that you're seeing, they are God's investment in your life. All right? Such that God will keep you, preserve you, and preserve his investments in your life, such that there won't be any room at any time for there be any kind of negative news around it, such that your breath will continue to be pure. Right? God bless you, really good. I deeply appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, please, she could come back on the comment section to read up. Please help us love on her, appreciate her. Reach out right now and get her, follow her on Instagram. Follow her on all platforms, right? Just get in there, The Soul Doctor or Jola-Grace. You will coach Jola-Grace, The Soul Doctor. You will follow her on Instagram, IG, and all the other social media platforms, right? You will be glad. She has so much content out there that will transform your life. And please also check her bio. Click the link on her bio and check out her website as well. Okay. Thank you once again for joining. My name is Amaka. I am the convener of the Disruptive Parenting Summit. And okay, so before I sign out for this evening, let me remind you, we have out there the Disruptive Fatherhood. Disruptive Fatherhood. Right now, that product is heavily discounted. If you have seen it, you will see at the base what the true price is. And that price is also discounted, right? But once this season is over, that's the price, that's the list price you're going to be paying every time you you want to subscribe for that product. So if I were you, I register for myself, register for my husband, I register for all the men around me. In a very short time, it's going to be Father's Day. Everybody who you love, every father who you love, those who are married, who are yet to be married, those who are single parents, register them now, because they will come back to bless you. You would have empowered them to become better fathers. All right. So don't waste time. Go ahead and subscribe to that product. I'm going to be working with you for 5 days. I know that's not the price, but that's also to further show that I'm committed to the next generation. And for me, it's not always about the money. In fact, it has never been about the money. Okay? But after this season, please don't come and send me a DM and remind me how my products are expensive. I know that my products are expensive. The value that I bring is extremely expensive too. All right, so do that and come back over and over again and share this. Okay, thank you and God bless you. If you have not subscribed, you join us late. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, share, and share. Plus, turn on the notification bell such that every time we come online, you will be notified. Or every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Again, today is the 23rd day. We have 7 days to go, and I'm extremely excited.